Hello again, heretics. This is your Prince. It appears that Twitter Puritans are no longer happy with Mr. Mark Ruffalo. Why? Because he defended his friend Chris Pratt for being a Christian. So, why am I covering Mark Ruffalo instead of Chris Pratt? I find it very interesting how Mark has attempted to wield that cancel culture sword and it's coming back down on him. What do I mean? Take this tweet, for example, that came from the vice presidential debates. Just going over it all in my head, the way Mike Pence constantly interrupts and spoke over Kamala Harris was a prime example of white supremacy, or excuse me, white male supremacy. Can't include the women in there because they're marginalized and then he would get attacked. You see, at this time, he was still walking on eggshells. This is a prime example of white male supremacy and its common dismissal and disrespect for black woman. Did he mean a black woman or black women? So you see, Mr. Ruffalo called all the right people bigots. He called all the white people, that's a Freudian slip. He called all the right people white supremacists. He called them misogynist. Whoever needed to be said of, he did it for the Puritan mob. See, I am one of you. I'm not one of the bad white males. I'm one of the good white males. I'm a good boy. Unfortunately, this proves why appeasement is a horrible strategy when it comes to these folks. He stepped out of line, and so they are coming after him now. This is his tweet that started the firestorm. I'm going to read through some of these. You guys can tell me what you think of these tweets. However, it all started with, "You all. Chris Pratt is a solid a man there is. I know him personally, and instead of casting aspersions, look at how he lives his life. He is just not overtly political as a rule. This is a distraction. Let's keep our eyes on the prize, friends. We are so close now." I like how he says this is a distraction. Like, no, okay, stop going after Chris now. Wait till after the election, then go after Chris. Is that what's being said? I doubt it, but that's what it sounds like. It sounds like he's trying to give them room. Yeah, like there seems to be fear in this tweet. And part of me has to wonder, after this reaction, well, I'm sure Mark still wants to make sure Trump loses the election, but I really hope it crossed his mind, are these the people I want to be led by? My man, you tell me what's normal about following these accounts on Instagram. He's plenty political. Tired of this hypocritical bullshit from celebrities who want to put themselves ahead of a movement but can't even hold their own circle accountable. So it looks like Chris follows conservatives. No! In my opinion, you should be following conservatives and liberals. You should be following both sides in your Twitter feed. As a rule, I follow both sides because both sides say plenty of dumb stuff for me to make fun of. Oh. Yeah, like I said, are these really the people that you want to be led by? The people that you want to appease, their own family cannot even appease them. I love how this starts out. I know my family personally. Well, I would certainly hope so. Yeah, most people know their families personally. Jeez. Okay, let me start that over. I know my family personally and have had to make the difficult decision to cut many of them off due to their politics. These are people that I am incredibly close with. No, you're not. You cut them out because they got a different opinion than you. That's petty. They're good people, but sometimes making the hard choice is the right choice. Chris is making poor choices. Basically, she's saying you need to cut people out of out of your life unless they get in line, unless they bow down. You have to believe as I believe. Oh God, the condescending language here. Mark, buddy. The tell here is that you said he's not overtly political as a rule. Being able to ignore politics is political. because it's an expression of privilege and a refusal to do your duty as a citizen in our society and recognize that we're all in this together. You see, you can't escape. You can't escape. You must be political. And not only must you be political, you must support the side that we support. And not only must you support the side that we support, you have to support it when we tell you to, how we tell you to. Other than that, otherwise, you're exercising your privilege over everybody. His silence is a luxury. Everybody can remain silent. What do you mean it's a luxury? But I know what they're going after here. Like, some have said, silence is violence. Some have even gone so far as to say white silence is violence. Basically saying, not only are you not allowed to say what we don't want you to, but you must say what we want you to. And you must say it when we tell you to say it and how to say it. Otherwise, then you're committing violence against everybody. But this this meme, politics doesn't interest you. Why? Because you have no interest in changing a world that already suits you. And then somebody says, fixed it for you. Politics interest you? Why? Because you want to virtue signal about topics you don't fully understand. Must be nice to be able to not be overly political. Political apathy is a luxury of the privileged. Mark, how can you be progressive and then post such a backward post? Pratt hates people like me. Yes, I'm sure that Chris Pratt is just, he wakes up every morning just stewing, just like, this person exists. Chris hates people like me, so hating him with all my might is what I am going to do. Well, it is what you Puritans do best. Hate. That's what I'm going to do. And it's sick that you are not doing the same. That's right, you are a sick person, Mark. You're a sick person for not hating Chris Pratt. Oh, God. And these are the ones that absolutely blow my mind. The way people are acting like they're living in a police state. The way he chooses to live his life alienates, marginalizes, and ultimately does real harm to people who live differently from him. Whether they choose to or were born into a different life, if you're his friend, stop defending him here. Talk to him about the hurt he is causing. I don't even know what to say. Where was this energy when Brie Larson was being harassed, and it's still ongoing too? Nobody likes Brie Larson, that's the difference. You're a straight white man, Mark. Of course you see him as a solid man. That's right, Mark. You're white. Remember that. You're white and you're male. So, what do you guys think Mark's next move will be here? Is he going to learn anything from this Puritan outrage against him? Or is he going to go right back to trying to call people white supremacists and bigots and Nazis, hoping to get back into their good graces? You know, honestly, as much as I'm having a laugh at these tweets, I do feel bad for Mark. I feel bad for Chris and the others. Yeah, sure. I might be a little biased because they're the Avengers and I've been watching those movies for a long time and love those movies. But I really don't like to see people get treated this way. But like I said, I mean, if you partake in it, if you use that sword, it's a double-edged sword. It can come back on you. This is an example of that. Don't take part in cancel culture. Don't try to appease the Twitter mob. If you feel the need to express your opinions, then express them. But yeah, do not run with this crowd. Alright, and once again, this is the Heretic Prince. Thank you very much for listening.